This is still very early. I've been with you so many issues. This one, I do not agree with how you have moved. I'm telling you the truth. Okay. The issue you had with Faith, I was on your side. I cannot be on your side blindly.
Kola,
so I don't care what you want to say. I'm letting you know that a true friend will tell you where you're right and we're right, and where you're wrong, you're wrong.
So take it back. You're not on my side. You've never been on my side, and that's it.
You experiencing Mensah's entrance is a personal experience for you. You witnessed it.
Yeah.
It's with your experience. You saw him.
And the audience can also relate.
And I was like, okay, fine. In that simple, I was like, okay, tell us about your own entrance. They were like, oh, I just walked in. Okay, so you just want to walk in on the stage. How is that interesting? Who is going to be entertained? You are not even entertained by your own entrance. So how are other people going to be entertained by that entrance?
I know I'm not the only person that waits for the after pool party, because once the housemates have had their fill of alcohol, then you start to see different characters coming up. They'll just start fighting left and right. Issues will just be arising left, right, and I know I'm not the only one that was rubbing my hands together yesterday and expecting the chaos that was going to come after the pool party. But don't forget, you are watching BBnaija updates here on Leadership TV. I am Cynthia Onwade. I love to bring you the latest gist from the Big Brother house, and I'm so excited to give you a rundown because we'll be talking about the chaos that erupted between Imisi and Isabella over drinks with Thelma. We'll talk a bit about, Sultana also. There's also a bit of Kola and Imisi, and the bestieeship is shaking. Are we losing our bestieeship in the house? We'll be looking at that. And also this morning, the fight between Faith and Dede over the wager tax. It's already Friday. I mean, it's just a few hours for them to present this, and they're still dragging. I don't like this storyline. I like this storyline. In short, this housemates is a never-ending barrage of wahala in the house. But you want to watch this video till the very end, because I'll be giving you the gist and how everything started. But of course, let me start from the top. Of course, the Thursday pool party, and the housemates were dancing and they were just happy, drinking. All of a sudden, I saw Imisi with her weird hairstyle and dressing coming with a school bag. I'm wondering, wait, why are you coming with a school bag to the pool party? Like, do you have plans? Immediately I saw her with that school bag, I knew that yes, Yawa was gas. Imisi has come up with one strategy or the other to cause chaos in that pool party. You know our girl now, she loves to give us, content. But don't forget that before that pool party, there was an agreement between Imisi, Isabella, and Sultana to, steal drinks, to hide drinks from the housemates and cause total chaos. I think that was why we saw Imisi with the school bag. But we didn't know this until much later in the night when all the chaos erupted. They were just getting into the house and into the club scene, and then we saw Imisi dragging with Thelma, dragging drinks, and we saw Kola, screaming at her, scolding her like the elder brother that he said he is. And there was a bit of Mide and also Bright trying to calm down the situation. And Imisi, like a child, the way Kola speaks to her sometimes, trying to calm down that crazy part of her. Although a lot of people have said they've seen better sides to Imisi since her friendship with Kola started. He kind of calms her down when she gets into chaos with the housemates. When you see Imisi, you see chaos. Yes, wherever she is, trouble seems to follow her wherever she goes to. And then there was just chaos erupting, and they were arguing over drinks, and the party just continued. I know a lot of us that were watching that pool party, we could not wait to hear what caused that fight, because it's a different thing to hear it from other housemates that this thing happened though, that thing happened though. The cameraman, sometimes he doesn't take the camera to where the content is happening. Sometimes they do that on purpose to kind of drive the narrative. Sometimes they keep those contents for show marks. So I don't really enjoy hearing the aftermath of an issue from some housemates, because sometimes they'll be adding pepper, adding salt, adding sugar, adding what did not happen. I love to watch it as it's happening and as it hurts. That's what I love. When I'm watching the Big Brother show, I want the camera to be on where the wahala is happening. But apparently, the pool party went on, and then when it was over, it continued. All right? We got to hear that, Thelma was trying to manage drinks. Big Brother gave them 38 cans of drinks, and they are 19 in the house. And 38, when it comes to 38 drinks, they're supposed to get to each housemate at least 2 drinks to get per person. But it seemed like Thelma, being the HOH, wanting to lord over everybody, was trying to share 1 drink part 2 housemates, which did not go down well with Imisi and Isabella. They already had their own rationale when they were coming to that party. They were coming to steal drinks. If it's just, you know, to steal drinks for the fun of drinking, or if it was a kind of strategy or content they wanted to create, you know, for the camera to be on them, nobody would know that. But Thelma tried to assert her lordship over them. She said, not on my watch will you people take drinks without my permission. I am the HOH, so I'm the one that would share drinks, you know, accordingly. And then she was just pouring little drinks into cups, and that kind of erupted the fights that we got to see in the, you know, in the house. And then Kola was just scolding her, apparently out of anger of being, you know, stopped or disrupted from taking drinks. Imisi went to the kitchen, hey, and packed all the cutlery. I said, nobody will eat with cutlery since you people did not give me drink to drink. All of you will eat with your hands. Hey, Imisi, wait, I don't even know how she comes up with some of these things. But what I know is that girl is very intelligent. Sometimes you see Imisi quietly at a place reading the rule book. Anytime you see Imisi reading the rule book, just be scared, because you know she's about to come up with wahala. You know, she's studying that book to make sure that she does not overstep. It's okay to want to, you know, create content, try to poke some housemates, but she's very careful when she does some of these things so that she doesn't overstep to the point where she's giving strikes or giving punishment and the rest. And then she went and packed all the cutlery from the kitchen, and when she was told by Kola to return it, she said, I'm not returning anything until Big Brother comes. Big Brother is the only person that is going to, you know, tell me what to do, and I'll do. You are not my boss. You don't tell me what to do. And then Kola just continued scolding her. Let us watch a bit of this, and then we'll come back.
Your problem with no, but your problem with Thelma is different. Like I said, whatever is going on between you and I told you that I was going to bring the alcohol.
I told you that if you're bringing alcohol, you should bring for me.
So are you fighting for Isabella or you're fighting for yourself?
Saturday I go take my that Saturday. That DJ go house.
Are you fighting for Isabella or you're fighting for yourself?
That Saturday. This is
Isabella is okay enough to fight for herself. So what concerns you?
I'm fighting for myself because I was told I was not going to get a drink.
Nobody who told you you're not going to get a drink?
Before you came upstairs, before I already took the spoon, I've eaten the spoon before you guys.
But you know, people came to meet me that's why I came upstairs, because people came to meet me that you were the one that is taking the whole spoon there. I should come and talk to you.
If I wasn't caught, or I might have just dropped that spoon then when he saw me. But I told him I'm taking the spoon. I made him know that I am taking the spoon.
So my question right now is that
caught me.
Okay, so Isabella, is logical for us to take the spoons?
Yes.
Sometimes when these things are happening, we don't get to see it exactly as it is happening. Because like right after the pool party and all of them gathered and all of that, we saw some of the housemates, Thelma, Dede, Bright, you know, there was even Kola in that midst. I was quite skeptical about it, and they were talking on and on about Imisi. There was also a sprinkle of Isabella. There was just general gossip going on, and we were talking about Imisi's character and the fact that she became close. Thelma now was saying she, you know, she has become friends with Imisi since her relationship with Kola. Kola has used to be like a terror before. She used to be really, you know, rude and unruly. You can't get through to her. And then Isabella's name kind of came up, you know, in the situation with the whole body odor and mouth odor accusation. We know that there's an instigator in that house, which is Culture. All right. Earlier in the day of yesterday, while, you know, Isabella had her issue with, you know, Dede and Thelma, Culture kind of like was instigating Isabella and Imisi and saying, okay, you know, Dede and Thelma said you have body odor and mouth odor and blah, blah, blah. And he just kind of shifted that conversation to them. If we can remember earlier in this show, Culture was the one that started this mouth odor and body odor discussion with Kola. He was the one that made that statement. And then there was also Sultana speaking about Isabella. They had not gotten quite close then and talking about her body and said, oh, she doesn't have good hygiene. She spent the money she used on butt fillers and mouth fillers to kind of work on her skin and her hygiene and all of that. But Isabella has been the butt of jokes when it comes to hygiene. And it's very unfortunate because when that conversation starts, it sticks. All right, calling somebody dirty, calling somebody, you know, they have body odor. We know Thatcher still suffers from that till tomorrow. The accusation from Mercy Eke doing their own set that Thatcher had body odor and all of that, we know it's still something that haunts her till tomorrow. Maybe not haunts, but people use it to tease her. So accusing somebody of having mouth odor or body odor is a very, scary, thing. And then Isabella's name came up, and Sultana also, and then Mide was talking about Isabella and how, okay, when Big Brother earlier in the day, they were given the task of imitating each other, and Isabella kind of picked Mide to imitate, and Isabella said, ew, she wouldn't like to imitate Mide. And Mide went on and on about, you are not even happy you got to pick me to imitate. Where do you want to borrow the beauty from? You're not as fine as me. You're calling me a hermaphrodite. These housemates, they are just messy. They're very, very messy. But what I wasn't comfortable with was Kola being in that midst, and then they were calling Imisi all sort of them, and then he was laughing. What kind of friend are you? The friendships in this house, people just talk about their friends behind their backs, backstab, and then you go to the person's front and you laugh. I don't really see any genuine friendship in this house. I'm sorry to say. There's no bestie-ship as far as I'm concerned. There's no sisterhood. I'm liking what I'm seeing between Tracy and Zita, but the rest of the housemates, I can't really see. But let us watch this housemates discuss Imisi, and then we'll come back to talk about Sultana versus Isabella.
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Biggie will not ask you, right? I brought 38, you kept 19 and shared one. Biggie will not ask you.
All right, Sultana had a situation with Isabella. Remember where they discussed about how they are going to steal drinks and how they are going to create chaos and all of that. But then when she got to the party room and then she saw Isabella and Imisi carrying out the operation that they planned in the house, she kind of just, took herself away from it and kind of avoided the situation. She didn't speak up for them. Isabella felt like Sultana didn't speak up for them. She's not genuine. She's not a real friend. She's like a snake. And then she said, I'm never talking to Sultana anymore. I swear on my son's life, she's a snake. She's not to be trusted. And I'm wondering, why are you swearing on your son's life? I don't understand. This is the situation I always see with Isabella. She'll say, okay, I'm not speaking to this person again. I'm not more speaking to Kaikumi. I'm not more speaking to Koi. And then after swearing heaven and earth, you still see her, going back to speak to those people. We've seen a kind of friendship form between Sultana and Isabella since Gigi and Big Soso left the house, which are soul sisters with Sultana. And then Sultana even Doris leaving the house, Sultana was just left friendless. So Isabella kind of filled in that space. So we don't know how genuine that friendship was, because yesterday, while the housemates were tearing Imisi and Isabella apart, we didn't see Sultana for once stand up for those girls. But let us see Isabella swearing on her son's life never to speak to Sultana anymore.
But this particular matter now is affecting the whole house. And it's like, everybody's coming to talk to me. Everybody, civil Sultana has come and told me to talk to you. Who is still and everything now. She'll. You guys are angry, and I feel like you guys are doing irrational with certain things. And she reacts to Pepe.
So what you call concern?
She smashed the stuff.
Because she can't talk nonsense, they stamp my body. I don't reckon for downstairs. Don't follow me talk, you snake. They were saying yesterday, she they troll me. You can imagine. So what she call they follow me, they talk again. Like the fuck. If she get out, I will snake.
Those of you who still talk tomorrow, you guys will be friends again.
I saw my son's
Isabella, I beg. I've seen it happen several. Let's bet. Please cut this thing.
You see me and Sultana, we are never talking again. I said
Isabella, it has happened several. Isabella, it's okay. Because you're angry right now. Isabella, you are angry right now.
Did I smash something?
You are angry right now. Isabella, I've seen guys go around and talk.
Did you see us go back and forth? Did you even see me go back and forth like say I didn't make my voice or shout yesterday? Do you know why I was pissed? Three of us had a plan. We had an agreement. You don't even understand it.
You go see him now. No wonder now. Now you go see him now. No problem. Now you go see him.
Isabella, when you're angry,
having a feeling that there have been whispers around the house or what Sultana on the role Sultana is playing in the house or has played when it comes to the whole body odor and mouth odor discussion. I would love Isabella to have an idea of that. And then she can know where she stands with Sultana, because this whole friendship that, they start today and they'll start tomorrow. Okay, I'm no longer a friend. I'm going to divide the chicken. I'm not doing this anymore. But this Imisi and Isabella thing, I don't know if how comfortable I am with it. Imisi is this person that chaos follows wherever she goes to. And then having also a sprinkle of Isabella, they both have rebellious attitudes. Both of them are as rebellious as they can be. When the house agrees on something, you see this, both of them, on the other side of the divide. Oh, I can't do general cooking. Oh, I can't do this. I don't want to do that. I want to do it my own way. I have to do it my own way. So having two people of that same character together as friends, it's very, very chaotic, honestly, because there's nobody that would calm down the other person. It's like, whatever you do is okay. I'm going to support you. I'm going to back you up. Blah, blah, blah. There's nobody calming the other person down. It's just two troublesome people creating chaos wherever they go. But let's go back to Imisi and Kola's friendship, yesterday night, and how it was kind of, put on the chopping block, because Imisi felt like Kola was not there for her, didn't stand up for her when Thelma was trying to lord over them when it came to those drinks. And then also, ridiculing her in front of the other housemates. Denari was also of that opinion that, okay, even if your friend does something bad and you're in public, you don't reprimand your friend there immediately. You have to wait, and then when everything calms down, then you can call your friend and say, okay, you did this wrong. But Imisi felt like Kola was not there for her, or didn't support her when she needed, or when he saw that Thelma was trying to bully them or lord over them when it came to the drinks. But let us watch Imisi and Kola settle their brouhaha.
I've been on your side in so many issues.
Please, can you turn the lights off? I want to see.
This is still very early. I've been with you so many issues. This one, I do not agree with how you have moved. I'm telling you the truth. Okay. The issue you had with Faith, I was on your side. I cannot be on your side blindly.
Kola,
So
what you don't know is
I don't care what you want to say. I'm letting you know that a true friend will tell you where you're right and where you're right, and where you're wrong, you're wrong.
So take it back. You're not on my side. You've never been on my side, and that's it.
You're just being a fool right now.
Wahala for this bestieship. I don't know how long this bestieship will last, because they are two very, very different people, although they have their own similarities. But sometimes Imisi doesn't like being told what to do, and Kola is that kind of, I feel like he's not that reliable friend that you say will stand up for you. I'm not saying your friend should always support you when you are doing something wrong, but Kola is not that kind of person that you say, okay, he has my back. He's not afraid to throw you under the bus. So be thinking, okay, I have a friend that is going to support me, I'm going to stand up for me. I pity you. When it comes to Kola, there is nothing like that. He will throw you under the bus and even, reprimand you in front of everybody to see. Remember the Faith and Imisi situation when Imisi went and just took bread. Faith was giving bread out to people, and then she was just left standing there, and then she just went and picked up a bread and put in her clothes. Remember how Kola also scolded her for that? He gets irritated with some of her excesses or some of her drama. But I feel like it's okay for her to have somebody to stand up to her, because it seems like in that house, Imisi just does whatever she wants to do. She doesn't like being told what to do, and anybody that confronts her is her victim for that day. She would face you square on. There were even talks of her saying, okay, I want to go and put toothpaste on the boxes and the clothes of Thelma for doing this to me. I'm going to do that back to her. She's a very troublesome person. It seems like she always needs somebody that would put water on her fire. I don't know if Kola is that person, because he seems to be struggling a lot when it comes to managing her excesses as her friend. But let's move on to the chaos of this morning. We know that the housemates have a wager tax where they have to imitate each other. Rude Boy is doing quite a good job of it. Yesterday he dressed as Dede, and it was very, very funny to see, with the wig and the makeup and the earring. Some people are still struggling. Okay, this morning Joanna and Dede talked about their script, and they were not comfortable with the script and the storytelling and all of that. But let us see how Faith, he just slammed. He wasn't even ready to listen. He slammed Dede completely. Let us watch this and we'll be back.
experience.
For you.
You witnessed it.
Yeah.
It's with your experience. You saw him.
And the audience can also relate.
And I was like,
to
okay,
the
fine.
story.
In that sense, I was like, okay, tell us about your own entrance. They were like, oh, I just walked in. Okay, so you just want to walk in on the stage. How is that interesting? Who is going to be entertained? You are not even entertained by your own entrance. So how are other people going to be entertained by that entrance?
When they were asking to do the week thing, nobody wants to agree. And that would have given us more points. The wig thing. Imagine someone a girl just walking.
Exactly. Take off the wig. You're too big to take. You're too big to take off your wig. As if you're the only one that is fine. Fine where? I've seen women from all over the world. None of you look that good. No offense. None of you. I have a problem with this conversation.
Okay.
Because you know why I have a problem with this conversation?
No.
If you genuinely had an idea,
Okay.
and you cared about that idea,
Okay.
you would have sat down and you would have written something.
They came in on Wednesday.
No, that's my point.
Okay.
If this thing was
I
that
read
important,
this
see
that Wednesday I came, and I told him, I said, it's good enough.
If this thing
read
is,
the entire
if it's
script.
this passionate today and she cared about this, you will have sat down and you will have written something and you have said, hey guys, I wrote this because I want my personal experience in this story. Somebody sat down, wrote a story, wrote rap, wrote songs in this same room when I said everybody should come and sit down and write something. And people were yapping. Somebody was going to go have a shower in this same room and you have the guts to open your mouth and say, I had an idea. Fuck your idea. If you can't do something about it, then shut the fuck up.
Abe, you're getting unnecessarily angry. Honestly.
Rubbish.
Faith is just a lot, honestly. Like, where do I even start from? All right, we know that Joanna and Dede have been in the secret room throughout this week, and some of the housemates have been working on the wager task, and of course she had changes to make. Remember, she picked Imisi and she has to imitate Imisi. So I think at a point Faith asked her to take off her wig, to imitate Imisi's entrance into the house, to make it look as realistic as possible. And I think Dede refused and said, okay, I'm not taking off my wig. Okay, let's do it some other way. She said, I'm not enjoying the entrance. I don't think you are telling the story well. And Faith being Faith, he's not ready to listen to any other person. He doesn't even want to make any changes. Some people have the opinion that, okay, they have been working on this for days while she was in the secret room, and then she come in this last minute to kind of make some changes. It's quite unfair on those that have been working on it. But I'm not supportive of Faith making reference to her physical look. Who do you think you are? I've gone around the world, I've seen girls, you're not even fine, you're not even as fine as blah blah blah. Who do you think you are? You can't take off your wig now, and you want to come and make changes. What do you fuck? And he's just going on and on and on and referencing her physical look, which is quite a stretch. You can have disagreements when it comes to tax, but then when you start attacking people's physical look, that's where it gets scary. And you know how Faith is quite obsessive and passionate when it comes to delivering in tax, and wager tax and even branded tax in the house. He doesn't even listen to any other person's opinion. When it comes to tax, Faith is always fighting every time. He doesn't when you want to hear Faith's voice when it comes to tax, he must drag with somebody in the group. Oh, I never fail, I always win, my way is the highway. And that is the difficult thing when it comes to this Big Brother house. People always want their way to be the only way. They don't even want to listen to any other person. That is the crazy part. But Faith has a lot to work on when it comes to his character. He should be quite accommodating of other people's opinions and views and all of that. But the way he obsesses over tax is quite scary. But I'm excited to see what they come up with when it comes to this imitation game for Friday tonight. They'll be presenting it as their wager tax. Don't forget, it will still be good if you like our social media page, follow us, comment on our pages on Facebook, Twitter, also on YouTube, and of course TikTok. It's Leadership TV. Please like, subscribe, follow us, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. I'll be back with more updates and gist from the Big Brother house. I'm still Cynthia Onwado. Bye.
Be part of our brand. Leadership for